guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing some camping tonight. We're just doing a one-nighter. Just wanted to get out of the house and come to this lovely little woodland here. Niall's coming, I think Jim's coming down. We're going to put another shelter up at the other side of this tarp because I think we're going to have a thunderstorm tonight, so that should be interesting, so keep watching for that. And I've got a few bits and pieces to show you, some new pieces of kit I've got, and I want to talk to you about some other stuff. I'm just going to put some more wood on the fire and get myself a drink and we'll get on with it, eh? The good thing about this smoke, having a smoky fire, keeps the insects away. There's a lot of midges out today, loads of them. They've been biting my neck. I've got a candle I want to try, that might work. And I've got some bug spray as well, but I like to have a smoky fire, bit of a smudge fire, and it gets rid of them. I was too slow then. A buzzard just flew through, literally at this height, right through the camp with a rat in its talons, landed over there. As I turned the camera to try and film it, it shot off. Yeah, we've got some big buzzards in this wood. I think there's a big family of them. I think they've been after the chickens as well. You know, the amount of wildlife I see in these woods, camping like this, is unbelievable. I just don't get to capture it on camera because I'm normally talking and stuff. It's normally at the night time or early in the morning when I'm being quiet. I see all sorts of stuff, foxes, badgers. It's a great way to camp with an open shelter. You know, you feel part of a woodland then. I'll show you this I made. Yeah, so I seen this on some site on Facebook, I think it was. It was a kind of like a cowboy chuck wagon cooking group. And some people had made these swing arms to tip the coffee out of the coffee pots, you know, so you don't burn your hands. I liked it. It's a real good idea, actually. It just works like that. It just saves your hands getting burnt. I'm going to let this fire die down now. I don't need a fire today. It's really warm. I'm just going to let it just smoke away and just let the smoke trap underneath the tarp a little bit and get rid of these midges. They seem to be disappearing now. So while my coffee's cooling down, it's a bit hot at the moment because it's in an aluminium cup and it's burning my lips. I'm going to talk to you about my early Father's Day present. I got it off the boys. They let me have it early because I wanted to try it out on camp. It's a memory oil lamp. It's tiny, but I wanted a small lamp so it would fit in the front compartment of my Frost River pack. It'd be quite slender, the pockets on my Frost River, and this should slip in quite nicely. I'm going to make a leather sleeve for it that it fits inside with a little lid, and I'm going to reinforce the inside of a leather with Cardex or something like that to stop it from breaking this little glass, which I'm sure it would be difficult to replace. You know, I've never seen a lamp this small, an oil lamp anyway. Let's get it filled up with some paraffin. This paraffin bottle's very old. It has a little spout on it there, so you don't need a funnel. You just use that to pour the paraffin in. I'm using lamp oil actually. This is household lamp oil. I use it inside my cabins and things. It's just better on the lungs than normal paraffin. But you see there, you just basically pour it down the little nozzle there like that and it just guides it in. Further away from the fire than I look. Yeah, so it has a little lever here that you push down, which raises up the glass. The wick's quite narrow on this. I can't imagine it giving off a great deal of light, to be honest. So I start off tall, and then I turn it down quickly before it sucks up the globe. You don't want your flames too high on these. You want them. You don't want them like that because you just burn too much paraffin and it sucks up the lamp. You want them just about there maybe there. And keep an eye on it, because that might go bigger in a minute, that flame. And you want to hang your lamps low around camp, really. The lower they are, the more light they shadow, cast, not shadow, but cast light along the ground. When they're high up, it doesn't really give off enough light, I don't think. But yeah, we'll see what that's like later on tonight. Cute little thing, I think. It's quite weighty. I actually think it might be stainless steel and brass coated. But to put them out, just lift it up, blow them. I'm going to be totally honest, I think they're overpriced for what they are, but I've got a lot of kit I've accumulated over years, and I've got pretty much everything that I want. So birthdays and Christmas times and Father's Days, I pick things that I ask for things that, I don't normally, what I wouldn't normally buy, because it's too much money. They are a lot of money, these, but, if you like that type of thing and you like cool things around your camp or around your house, I think it'd be worth getting. It's a nice thing to look at anyway, isn't it? This is what I mean. It kind of slips in the Frost River quite nicely, but I would protect it because it's just going to break otherwise. I think what we do while we're waiting for the guys to turn up, I think we do a little bit of axe work. I've brought with me my little hatchet here. It's razor sharp. Really good for the outdoor axe. It's small, but it gets the job done, if you know what I mean. You don't need a mega big axe as long as it's sharp and you know how to use it. Especially for this type of thing. This is great. Right, I've just coppiced a piece of hazel here. There's plenty of it about. It will grow back even more so now that I've done this. So I don't just cut things willy-nilly. Okay, so I'm going to take the sheath off this axe now, but I'm going to put it straight away in my pocket so I don't lose it, because it is a safety feature. I need it so that I don't cut myself. So when you're using an axe, always make sure that there's nothing around you that you can snag it on, or make sure the ground is free from anything that you can trip up over. And when you're trimming off branches, you want to do it away from you and behind you, like so. Just like this, really. Away from you, like, I think what we do, we make a pot hanger out of this. I don't necessarily need one for this camp, but I can take it back home with me and use it next time I go camping. So if you're using the axe, always away from you. I mean, it's basic stuff, but, these things are dangerous. Like so. Now, I've got an actual fork there that I can use if I want to, like that. In fact, I might even just make a lamp hanger out of that. And I'll utilise the rest of that. Now, when I finish using the axe, what I do straight away is make sure I put the sheath back on it. That way, I've not lost it and I'm not going to cut myself. I know it's basic stuff, but, be mindful that these things are like little razors, When you're walking with an axe as well, you can walk with it kind of in your hand like this, or like this, So if you was to fall over, it's not going to stick into you sideways. Always have the sharp point pointing away from your body. If you do feel like you're going to fall, throw the axe away from you, and then you don't fall on it. But yeah. The easiest way to point a stick is using an axe, not a knife. What you want is something hard, like a piece of wood on the floor, and then you want to stand up your stick like this, and you want to chop it down. As you chop, you need to turn the stick. And that's the quickest way of doing it. It's quicker than using a knife. I'll show you that. Obviously, I'm going to put this in my pocket again. So put your knees well out of the way and your thighs. You don't want to be sticking an axe in those. that's got a point on it now, and that will do the job. But if I want to, I can use my knife on it. Yeah, if I want to, I can use my knife on it just to finish it off. And a good way to do it is a technique what the gypsies used to use to make gypsy flowers. And they used to pull the sticks towards them rather than using the knife. It's more efficient. You're using less energy, you know. So I put the knife against my knee and I pull the stick. And as I pull the stick, I slightly turn it, like so. The gypsies used to put a rag on the knee so that they didn't wear their pants through, because they used to make hundreds of these gypsy flowers, you know. If you want, I'll show you how to make one of those in a minute. I was going to save all the gypsy stuff for a proper gypsy video, but I'll show you how to make a gypsy flower. If you can make a gypsy flower, you definitely can make a feather stick. So that's got a nice point on it now. Put the knife away. Put the axe away. We'll talk about this shortly. Got to move on and show you something else. Yeah, so gypsy flowers. We'll get making one of those. I'll trim off this and show you how I do it with a knife, again away from you. As long as your knife is sharp, it doesn't have to be a great big knife. It would do the job and it would do it well. Sharp tools, that's the key to it all. I'm a little bit out of practice making these, so forgive me if it doesn't work so well. But again, I put my knife on my leg like this, and I'll pull it towards me like that. And I'm just going to shave the bark off for now, like that. Try not to go too deep. And just shave the bark off all the way around. And it'll be quite wet. This is green. You want to use something that's semi, you know, kind of dry. Something that's a little bit seasoned, but not too seasoned. Mind you, you can use proper seasoned stuff as well if you want. So basically, you go like that, and you get a strand. But as you do it, you want to kind of twist the stick like that. Yeah? And you keep going like that, twisting. The deeper you get into it, the easier it becomes. It's hard at first, it's tricky at first getting it going. But once it's going, you can pick up a lot of speed with these. Like I said, if you can make these, you can make feather sticks, no problem. I'll show you how to make a feather stick as well in a minute, in case you don't know what one of those is. Yeah, I'm really out of practice with these. I need my flower knife. I've got a proper flower knife. It has like a bit of a hook on the end of it, and it grips it much better than, you know, your bushcraft knives. I've made these in the past, and they look like real chrysanthemums, you know. But you just keep going like that anyway. I'm not getting much of a curl on it there. You're supposed to get more of a curl on it than that. It looks like a tropical flower. Maybe something off Avatar. Doesn't really much look like a gypsy flower to me. But you just keep going until it snaps off. When it snaps off, you've got something you can get the fire going with. Yeah, it's not very good, that one. I'm going to make another one later on. I'll show you a proper one. I'll get I'll get some more dry wood to do it with. I'll quickly show you how to make a feather stick though. So a feather stick, the easiest way is on your knee, isn't it? You know, like I just said. Trim the bark off and just keep doing it, but don't twist it this time. You kind of want a bit of a notch in. See that little stop notch there? And then very gently go to the notch like that. And just keep building them up. Try not to cut them off. It's a good practice to you know, practice around the campfire and whatnot. The deeper you get, the quicker you can go. There, you've got a feather stick there. You want to use something drier than this. It's easier to do with, you know, if you've got something drier. But yeah, help you get the fire going, that will. Yeah, I wasn't really happy with that demonstration, so I found this piece of dry wood. I'm going to try and do it with this and see how this works. The thinner you can get it, the easier it's going to take flame. This knife could do with a bit of a sharpen now, actually. See, I'm using my knee here rather than not using it. It just gives me more control, actually. It's getting all fluffed up now. I don't think I've got time in the video to show you how to make a proper gypsy flower in this one. I'm going to save it for my gypsy video I want to do. That reminds me, the roof of my gypsy caravan blew off in a storm early this year and I need to fix it. I've got lots of videos planned with that, showing you, some cooking recipes and techniques for gypsies used. Old-fashioned techniques, nothing modern. No, that's what you want, really. Something fluffy like that. I managed to get it going with a ferro rod, but I did put a lot of shavings in there, a lot of magnesium in there. You just scrape the magnesium like that until it builds up, and then it kind of burns better. Some say it's cheating, but I don't think lighting a fire in an emergency is cheating. It's another technique. But yeah, you can see how easily that burnt then. We've got a nice treat here. My mate Chris has turned up. He's been on the road. He lives in a van. He travels all around the country. He just loves that type of lifestyle. I don't think, when was the last time I seen you? About 6 months ago. Oh, a year maybe. Thank you.
Probably a bit over a year now.
Thanks, Wyatt.
Stuck in Wales for a while.
He's been stuck in Wales for a while. He's only popped down for a bit. Yeah, I don't think he needs that now.
Fucking brilliant.
There you go, pal.
Oh. Gone. Like a number of boot, like they can't. My money starts getting a bit low. I'm just giving a couple of agencies a ring and grab a bit of temp work for a few weeks, top the savings up, and off I go again. And the majority of the agencies I rang have all been over the moon about it.
I've been given this candle to test. It's by Handelson's Candles. You would have seen the other candles in another video, but this one he's actually designed to keep bugs away. It's got citronella in it. So I'm going to light that. I'm going to stick it underneath this tarp and I'm going to see if it keeps these bugs away. I'm pretty sure it will. It's giving off quite a strong aroma. So I'm going to stick it over here. I'll just leave it there and see if it gets rid of these bugs. Yeah, so if you're looking for something for camping, you can keep the tin after you've burnt these candles and make a good tinderbox out of them, or survival kits, things like that, which I think is pretty handy. Henderson's Candles, Amazon. So this is a Stonebridge folding lantern. It folds up flat. You would have seen this on other videos. I'm just going to start lighting the lamps now because it's going dark. It is going dark, mate. Wyatt's joining in there. Right, we're going to have something to eat now. We're going to get some food down us. We've got some other people coming shortly. Should be a good evening. Got a few beers for later on. Going to eat now and just relax. In fact, I can see one of them coming up here now. He's on a push bike. Ah, Jimbo.
Jimbo.
Good afternoon.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming today. I hope you found some of that useful. The stuff I've been showing you. Stick around because we've got more to come. You can hang around with us and see what we're doing tonight. I'm going to say goodbye in a minute, but stick around. Subscribe to my channel and help me out. Press that bell button as well, because then you get notified every week for different videos, you know. Something always different with my channel. But yeah, I'm going to relax now and wait for Niall to turn up. It should be a good night.